but so does gender, so does class, so does sexuality. So when you look at something like gender and the differences of women, you also have to look deeper at differences of class, differences of race and sexuality. If I exist as a person of color or a minority racially, then that's a level of burden on me. If I also live as a woman who exists as a gender minority, that's a second level. If I exist as a poor woman of color, that's a third level. Especially if I'm a queer or a gay woman of color who happens to be poor also. So it almost happens now that if you are a black woman who is queer, the chances of you being poor are higher. It's just like all these things fit together so perfectly in systematic injustices that the people who are receiving one kind of oppression are also oppressed in all these other ways.
Each other's eyes and tests.
You may tread me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you bested with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like the moons and like the suns, with certainty of tides, just like the hopes spring high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head with lowered eyes? Shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened, my soulful cries. Does my hotness offend you? Don't you take it? Does my hotness offend you? Do you take it awful hard? Damn it, let me do it again. Don't you take it awful hard? 'Cause I laugh like I've got gold mines, digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamond mines at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of the histories of shame, I'm black ocean, leaping with the water. Damn, I can't. Okay, let me do that. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wild, welling and swelling. I bear in the tide, leaving behind the nights of terror and fear. I rise, bringing the gifts that the ancestors gave. I am the dream and hope of a slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Black privilege is the hung elephant swinging in the room, is the memory of a slave ship praying for the Alzheimer's to kick in. Black privilege is me already having memorized my nephew's eulogy, my brother's eulogy, my father's eulogy, my unconceived child's eulogy. Black privilege is me thinking my sister's name is safe from this list. Black privilege is me pretending to know Trayvon Martin on a first name basis. Is me using a dead boy's name to win a poetry slam. Is me carrying a mouthful of other people's skeletons to use at my own convenience. Black privilege is the concrete that holds my breath better than my lungs do. Black privilege is always having to be the strong one. Is having a crowbar for a spine. Is fighting even when you have no more blood to give. Even when you have lost sight of your bones. Even when your mother prayed for you. Even after they've prepared your body for the funeral. Black privilege is being so unique that not even God will look like you. Black privilege is being the first person in line to meet him. Black privilege is having the same sense of humor as Jesus. Remember how he smiled on the cross? The same way Malcolm X laughed at his bullet. And there I go again, asserting my black privilege, using a dead man's name without his permission. I can feel his maggots congregating in my mouth. Black privilege is a joke, a myth, is a punchline. Is that time a teacher asked a little boy what he wanted to be when he grew up, and he said alive? Is the way she laughed and said there's no college for that. Ignorance is the only thing that won't discriminate against you. The only thing that doesn't need a tombstone to learn your name. And it's tiring, for everything about my skin to be a metaphor, for everything black to be pun intended, to be death intended. Black privilege is the applause at the end of this poem. Is me giving a dead boy's body and you giving me a 10? Is me being okay with that? I tried writing a love poem the other day, but my fingers wouldn't move. My skin started to blister, like it didn't trust me anymore, like I thought I'd forsaken it for something prettier, something smoother to wrap around my bones. Is me thinking that's enough? Is me thinking this poem is enough? Black privilege is this breath in my lungs right now is me, standing here, a crowd full of witnesses to my heart.
Y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess. Paparazzi catch my fly and my cocky fresh. I'm so reckless when I rock my Givenchy dress. I'm so possessive, so I rock his rock necklaces. My daddy Alabama, mama Louisiana. You mix that Negro with that Creole.